Yo, what is up, everybody? Three videos back to back to back because I just saw the update video on the PlayStation game state of games, whatever, and they're like talking about that new Monster Hunter update, that new one. That's right. So going back to like I think title update 3, I had this expectation, right, that I was gonna get something that they weren't just ready to give to me, and now thinking back. Did they make the game purposely harder than it needed to be for the sake of me just grinding these talismans? Yeah, people could argue that, right? Maybe it's just my own personal skill level. Some people are complaining about how easy it is, and we all know who those people are. We all know who those people are in the dark depths of their parents' basement slash apartment. Come the Souls players, the Souls like on their never-ending quest to turn every video game into Dark Souls, a soliloquy, a similarity to their existence. And boy, when Dark Souls, I'm sorry, Dark Souls, when Monster, it's the same to these people, by the way. When Monster Hunter Wilds came out, the amount of mad shit talkers that like just came through. We had the PC crowd. Oh, PC's like if you did not get a good PC, right? If your PC was just like the minimum specs or just like slightly lower or just bullshitting, it's like yeah, I got a fast enough processor. My 3D card's up to date, and then update the drivers and shit. it's like a RTX one or something like that. Oh man, people are so dishonest about it, and I have this funny feeling there's a reason to that. Okay, so I bring up the Souls like games, right? Because if you really think about it, as bad as Elden Ring was optimized for PC, at least that's what I've been told, it could run on PC, as opposed to Monster Hunter, which is even on like higher end PCs, I'm seeing it crash so often. It's just like whatever, right? Like the only times I'm not seeing this game crashing is if it's on like an AMD 3D card or on a PlayStation 5. I'm hearing like a lot of bad things out of the Xbox, crowd. I could be wrong about that, but they're saying that like, yeah, you're better off just either playing it on the Series X or just not playing it at all. Don't attempt the Series S. It's not worth it, or so I've been told. Could be proven wrong. I'll find like a YouTube channel. It's like, yo, check out my playthrough of Monster Hunter Wilds on an Xbox Series S and shit. Well, it's the Souls players ruin the game for all of us, and I think people are starting to wake up to this, right? At first, um, everybody like I thought that everybody was clowning me or just joking because they're saying, "Oh, Omega's too easy. Let's make Omega harder. Let's make Gogmazios harder than Omega." I'm like, yeah, you could do that, but I personally have not beaten Savage Omega yet. Like I've gotten close. Funny story. Like one of the times I got so close, like nobody carded, and then the one laser attack that he did. I don't know why or how he did it. He just did it so instantaneously, just like triple carded my team. Fucking guy, and I'm like, wow, what the hell, man? And we were like fighting it for like 20 plus minutes and shit. Ugh. Oh, what a waste! What a waste! All that free range for nothing. Wide range for nothing. But like, and then I figured it out. I'm like, oh, that's why you guys are saying this, because it's like, okay, Monster Hunter players, they're used to this kind of difficulty. Like they are heavy in the prep. Like I was playing this one game where my entire team was like just bouncing back and forth between traps, and like just like constantly trapping the monster. So by the time they were like, we just fought this monster in the first area after just like this one encounter with it, right? And this was just like some random ass game I joined in SOS. Like it was already dying, already had the skull and bones. It was ready for capture, and then he captured it. It was like I think the quest lasted less than 4 minutes. It's just insane. And we were up against, guess what? A tempered Sir Regios. Oh my goodness, it was so insane. This monster gives everybody a hard time, including me. Like his hitboxes are wonky. Sometimes his recovery from his attacks are unreliable. He's just a difficult monster, although most of his difficulty, I'd say he ranks up there with Nergigante, where he would just like throw in an attack without any tell or anything. It was just like, okay, you just got smacked. Enjoy it, or just like combo you into like um, basically a combination of attacks that you either can't avoid or just like takes away all your life. And just like Lunar Nergigante, this guy causes bleed, so you know he's a pretty difficult monster, at least to me. And people are like, "Oh, I offset him, I do this." So shut the fuck up. I am tired of somebody, jumping in and giving me their 2 cents. Like I've gotten to the point in my life where it's like I'm a cranky old man. I'm a fucking cranky ass old man, dude. Like yelling at people, yelling at those dumb kids. But you know what I'm not cranky about? That's right, Monster Hunter! It's back and it came through. The developers, they were doing this on purpose. I think it was my fault because of how cool I am. But like, if you think about it, right? I initially thought that the talismans were gonna introduce the weapon set bonuses, right? And yeah, whatever, random shit. But then I thought, like, damn, that's gonna be a fucking grind and a half because you're basically fighting monsters ad nauseum to get the skills that you want to upgrade, right? Whereas Artian, like, you have to invest and choose which weapon you want. So, like, if you have a weapon of varying quality, like, you're not gonna just like invest another bunch of the resources called Auracite, just the ores that you use to upgrade your Artian weapons. You're not going to invest more in a weapon that you don't like to get a skill that you don't like. But then at the same time, you could argue that what happens if you don't get the skill that you don't like? Well, you could grind for it, you idiot. Like, dog, do you want to know how bad Safi Jiva got me with the whole fucking, what was it, dragon, what the fuck it's called? The little dragonite? What was it called again? I don't know, whatever. The stuff that you get after you beat Safi Jiva to like craft your weapons, and it'll be entire times I'm trying to get this one skill, and I'll waste everything that I have just trying to get it. This is what Monster Hunter is, and now I understand why all these people say, "Oh, I want this guy harder than Omega." They want the Dark Souls players to fuck off, and I'm saying that to fuck off. Get lost. The game is great. Your PC's not good enough because you're jacking off to too much porn. You have too many fucking mods. You fucking modding your character to have like fucking big tits and shit because your girlfriend doesn't have them, and you have to fucking fantasize. Yeah, fuck out of here, man. Go play your fucking Dark Souls and leave Monster Hunter to the rest of us. All right? And then people are like, but I know a guy who plays this game with like girls with big titties and shit. Yeah, we have to. Dude, I'm 40, man. We have to suddenly realize that we're not all equal. We're not all the same. We're not all on the same page. We're not all mature and shit. Like, if that's what you want to do with your game and your time, fine. Sure, go right ahead. But don't expect me to respect you because when you think about why we have less armor options, when you think about why there's no, like, dedicated male and female armor options, right? Like, you have to understand that like these people were hypersexualizing this game, even from World and Rise. I noticed at least. Like, you want to have sex, go out and have sex. You want to dress your character up in a sexually provocative outfit and shit. Yeah, cool, whatever, right? You want to do that in a multiplayer setting? You're sick in the head. You know it, I know it. And you don't want to admit to it, and now this game is going to get the content that it deserves. And you know what I want alongside this extra content? I want the Dark Souls players to get the fuck out of this game. Now, mind you, I don't, I'm not some like, dictator, this, that, whatever, right? Telling people what the fuck to do and shit. But hey, man, you're gonna be getting your stupid ass Elden Ring. I also got Night Rain, by the way. You're getting your stupid ass. But what a fucking fuck up on the DLC, though. God, they better add more. I'm pissed already. I'm like looking at this. I'm like, I paid money for this. Oh, I'm stupid. Well, but like, no, on the real though. So Elden Ring, Night Rain is getting their DLC about fucking time, and guess what they're adding? All the shit that was in Shadow of the Erdtree, plus like some other shit. And do I care about that? No, no. I still wanted the game to be like Risk of Rain, and instead it's just a shittier, more difficult version of, you know, Elden Ring, except with the ability to wall jump and, sprint. Wow. That's it. That was like there's barely anything different. Like basically all the enemies are recycled, all the environments. The environments, dude. If you played Elden Ring and you expected a little bit more from Night Rain, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like the variety in Elden Ring, at least the base game, just blows it out of the water. And we also gotta talk about the other elephant in the room. The reason why Monster Hunter is not doing as well as these other games, and it's because of the dick measuring contest. Much the same way as in Daemon X Machina, much the same way as in all these games that offer multiplayer in the form of cooperative gameplay, they are not popular because people pay, what was it, like $100 plus, whatever, right? Depending on your country, to get online services, right? Or you get it on a discount, um, just to get in dick measuring contests with random people and feel good about themselves. And if you want to think like pretend like I'm above that, no, dude, I S ranked Armor Core multiple times. I didn't S rank it this season. I just said fuck it because they don't want to patch the game. They gave the game up to all these people with small dicks. I don't want to play Chase the Kite. I'm good. Uninstall the game. And why not, right? Because again, like if Monster Hunter was the game, right? The sweaty ass game that all these Dark Souls players who let's be honest, they don't care if it's difficult or not. They only care about you complaining about it so they can laugh at you after the fact and watch your replays and be like, well, what a dumbass, and feel good about themselves and stroke their little fucking penis in the dark corners of their room as they're jacking off on their fucking animated films and shit. Yo, I'm getting into it, man. Getting gutter about it. Getting like fucking rude about it. Yo, man, why is it that my male character only gets one armor set? And then there's a female version of it. I'm not female. Do I wear skirts? Do I wear high heels, stockings? What the fuck, man? Like I try to be like a bit more fashionable than most guys out there, but like there's a line that you gotta draw, right? And last time I checked, this game is rated T for teens, right? You want to tell teenagers that a fully bearded man, can put on a fucking tutu dress, and fucking like stockings and shit, walking around with like some fucking battle axe or some whatever fucking weapon he's carrying? Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Yo, this ain't your game. Go play Dark Souls. Like, the thing I hate the most about Dark Souls characters? I mean, the people who play these games. Not all of them, mind you. A lot of them, though, is that they hate their life so much, right? That every single time you see them doing a make a character in the character creation shit, mind you, this is besides Bake Cakes. Bake Cakes, I know why he does it. He's just being funny about it, right? But most of these other guys do it. It's because they hate their life, man. They hate their fucking life. So they got this like cartoony, goofy ass looking character, and like the graphics in these games are pretty significantly good. But like, oh, we gotta suspend our maturity levels for like the fucking green Smurf over there or some like Teletubby or some shit like that, and he's just like wearing highly sexualized, inappropriate clothing, and he's like, why are you playing this game for? Oh, because it's multiplayer. That's why. Right. So now, what did Capcom say about this? They said, "Yo, enough. We saved on space, so there's only one armor set between the genders. We didn't introduce a lot of monsters, so that you can stay focused and like fight these monsters instead of fighting reskins and shit." Right? Well, I don't mind the reskins, to be honest, because I'm a big Azure Rathalos fan. I wasn't a fan in the beginning until I like downed him a bunch of times and I got his armor, and then I'm like, yo, I love this guy. you know, you live and you learn. Like, Azure Rathalos is the reason why in Monster Hunter World I used to run stun resist. Okay, and like oddly enough, the Fatalis helmet comes with 3 levels of stun resist. So they know what's up. What is it? Ray Dow, Arch Tempered Ray Dow, has full stun resist on his legs. Oh, and you hear what they're saying about the armor sets? So let's say you have a bunch of ones, right? Bunch of ones. Ones are great, by the way. Like, whatever. Like, there's a bunch of skills that count as level ones that you can use to great effect. Constitution, stamina. I mean, marathon runner, um, quick sheet. That's the big one. That's the big one. And then, like, 3 levels of divine blessing, 3 levels of resistances. Whatever, right? Like, there's so many things that you can introduce to it. But what if you upgraded your armor and then past a certain level, all your slots get upgraded? Yeah, that's right. Capcom has literally come through for us, giving us endless options. Like, this is way more than I asked for. I would have expected just the weapons. Honestly, I would have expected just the weapons and maybe the armor set from God Masios, right? And maybe some returning Arch-Tempered monsters. I guess we're getting, was it Jin Dahad this month? I have not heard about that, but, maybe we'll just announce it eventually. But, what Capcom did, not only single-handedly saved the series and the franchise, well, specifically this game, but we're going to turn back at all the criticisms, at all, the people like bashing this game, and we have to ask ourselves, did they actually enjoy the game? Were they going out and fishing and checking out the wildlife and the new interactions? I remember, I might have said this in like one of my earlier videos, but I remember this one instance when I went to the ice shard cliffs. I don't know why I messed that name up. And there was like a swarm. I kid you not, maybe shy of 20, maybe more, Kiribami. They were just everywhere. And like, yeah, the game frame rate was like, I had mine set to variable, so it was like hitting like the low 20s or whatever, like, just FYI, right? But like the experience of being in a map with that many monsters is just something like I've never, experienced or thought. And you'd search, like I searched YouTube forever to see if like anybody else was talking about it, and most people just like they pick up this game, they just grind the monsters, they get what they want or they don't get what they want, and then they put it down. And let's be fair, I was doing that, you know, a title update between title update in Iceborne, but Iceborne was significantly, more in depth. You had the guiding lands, you had augments, your armor upgrades were actually a lot more significant. Like I find in this game that when you upgrade your armor, it doesn't really matter all that much. And now I know the reason why is because you're going to be hitting these new levels, these new caps, and then increasing your slot levels and all that stuff. And then you add on defense 7, you're just going to be like face planting everything, like just tank everything. But now it made sense, right? Like every single thing Capcom did, they probably knew from the beginning, and they probably thought to themselves, wait, just let them wait. We'll find out who the real fans are. By the way, I am so looking forward to that Amatsu Ryu review of Wilds because it's going to be wild, everybody. All right, take care.